It's nighttime, and I thought I would come up to my room and film a video on all my 2020 notebooks and kind of just walk through, flip through, and show you all of the finished books. Now, I always dreaded doing this video because I was like, my goodness, that's a lot of flipping. But I know that when I'm thumbing through YouTube, I want to see people that have actually used their notebooks. So what you're seeing is February, March, and April. I started my first notebook where I tried to kind of put everything in one bound book in March. So obviously this is February. And prior to that, I was doing a lot of commonplace stuff, just random notes, random things, random stuff. And, that's what I was doing. And I did it in a Stalogy B6 Slim that I had cut down. And I was using this cover. It was a Jibun Techo cover. And it was before I bought all the different covers, and I wanted a place to put all of my planning, all of my monthly, daily, weeklies, all of the things. And so I settled on checking off a monthly calendar, important memories, and just a dashboard of things I wanted to do for my family. I had a master task list, a focus on, a gratitude, scripture plan, and then my morning pages, my weeks, and then it went into my days. Now, if you are caught up on my current videos, you know that I've added a few sections in. So my weekly has stood the same. There are some weeklies another weekly that I think I tried here in probably April or so, or May, I forget. But for the most part, my weekly, my morning pages, dailies, those stood the same. So I like to exaggerate my page. I like to memory keep. I like to document with photos. I think I did that really, really good in the first notebook. Then I had menu planners. So I thought it would be nice to kind of just take you guys along. In the middle of my week, I used to put notes and this week notes. Yeah, so fun. Sometimes what I do is I'll flip through these things, and then here's April. And I'll just kind of oh, wow, it's so cool that we're going into April, and then here is April. I didn't even think. Let's go back to, what is today? Oh my gosh, I don't even have my watch. I think today's the 27th. Oh, wow, look. This was a day on a page I was doing. And it landed on a Friday. Facial, made rice and gandulas. I weighed 160. Wonderful. So anyhow, we have a whole lot to flip through. So I wish I had some funny things. Maybe we'll tell some stories or something. But I used to log my food this way instead of the way that I do now. I use a day on a page now, and then I was keto on here. Oh my gosh. It's always nice to look back and see why the heck my body was doing all kinds of things because I didn't feed it correctly. I will say the Stalogy paper is the best so far in my journey. It's reliable. I like it. I think that I have to be in a mood to be in Nanami paper and Moleskine paper. And I am in a mood for that this upcoming month. But it's cool that I was putting notes in between my week like that. I put training notes, Property Smith, topics to study, YouTube notes. Then here goes my dailies again. Sophia was an ABA, so I was planning out her food and planning out the kids' food. Journaling. And then here came the tracker. So prior to that, I wasn't doing any tracking. This is when I started tracking my victories and defeats. So when I wasn't nice to myself, when I was rigid, angry, compulsive, masking emotion, controlling, blaming, assuming, nagging, offended, anxious, depressed, interrupting, sarcastic, negative, scared. Oh, wow. Negative a lot. Depressed. And then when I was compromising, trusting, forgiving, didn't assume, compassionate, listening, grace myself. So these are a lot of, you know, I need to like tab this out because this is a good one to refer back to. Let me see if I, have a little tab. Oh man, I must have tried to take that off. I'm going to just grab this one because that's a nice one to come back to. Before I would write out my, I would write out my scripture study, but then I also like to glue in stuff. So look at, I tested for COVID and they told me I just had a panic attack. This is my all-time favorite book. And then it goes into the back. So this must be the end of April. And then this is all notes. So, and gratitude, scripture study, some of my favorite gospel artists, church notes, more church. All of this, I think, is some heavy journaling that I didn't even care to, wow, this is pretty cool. So, BP, cardio, wow. So, yeah, the notes became all kinds of stuff. Oh, look at my babies. The back of this book just became all of just notes and just things. Hence why I like to do commonplace books in the back of my books. So I'm going to quickly flip through these because I don't know exactly. Oh, Sophia drew right there. Exactly what's back here. And I'm not trying to have you all up in my goods. Oh, me and my bubba. So this was a fun one. See, I think in almost every book I put cognitive distortions. We all have them. We all go through them. I like to keep them at my forefront. And this is when I was putting the actual months in the back of the book before I did my calendars. See, I thought, oh, I'll just keep a couple months back here, but clearly that didn't work because this was, I think, a March and April book. So I kept February, there was March, and then April just didn't work. I think I started going into a regular monthly that I do now. Looks like I usually have this page to keep my trackers on. So that is my first book. Here goes my second. Then I started like putting more decor in the front. As you could see, I mean, I had this one in here, which was carrying like a to-do list. But I started putting like holidays in there, trying to go with a theme. Gratitude, scripture plan, morning pages, meal planning, weeklies. This was diary. I used to do AM and PM diary. Still doing victories and defeats, notes. Then goes into my dailies. So cute. I used to put a lot of pictures on my days. So this was AM and then PM diary. So look here, this is when I started, May 2020. I would separate personal, home, victories, and defeats. Filmed video, if I floss, spent money. So film video, spent money, those are still common ones I track. Family walks, bathe Sophia, Instacart, purchase food is that. dishes, swept, mop. So I tried to do my chores. Victories, defeats. This is so cool. I haven't flipped in a while. Sometimes I like to go back and read my journaling to see where I'm at. You know, just to see what I was, you know, thinking about. So obviously I would do weekly tracking still. I liked that I was putting those notes in between my pages. But I kind of just kept this for, like, I never introduced my brain dump yet. So my brain dump, I don't think started until July, my next book. And I was doing day on a page here, if you can tell. I wasn't doing day on 2 pages yet, except for Sundays. So this book had just 2 months in it, June, July. Yeah. So there's June. And then I know when I was in here, I was like, okay, I'm done over the 2 months in a book. I think August is when I started doing monthly books. Yeah. Because I'm doing day on a page still. Here is the weeklies that I tried. Oh, I forgot where they were from. And they were fine. It's just that it gave me too much room for the weekly tracking. Like I didn't like that. Whereas my old ones, well, my ones I use now, they do the week up here where I can put my events up here versus like all in one page. Because when I get all in one page like that, I start to want to put stickers and things like that. So I'm glad I stuck with the ones I'm in now. Oh, I think that's when we bought his bike. This is so nice. And I used to print on Tomo River paper. I no longer do that. That's why it's so nice and flimsy to flip. I no longer do that. I print on regular paper now. Look at this. This is when I started plant-based. June 17th. Guys, this is so... And then I did another COVID testing. I had a lot of panic attacks during that time. My chest was hurting. I felt like I couldn't breathe. So when you go to the emergency room, they just do you COVID. Oh, look, I did affirmations in between. So this must be where I get to my... Oh, okay. I see what happened. So in July, I made the decision to go into a standard. But I was trying to dilly-dab or kind of go back and forth between the 2 sizes because that's when I was trying to, I think this week, figure out what I was going to do. So yeah, stopped it July 10th and then went into the standard. But here's my notes in the back. Yeah, so I didn't use this much. Nutritarian diet, Joel Fuhrman, weight loss, books to read, scripture studies, scriptures on abuse, scriptures on pride, scriptures on submission to God. Personal rings. Punch Moleskine paper, house tab notes, finance password, debits. Oh, wow. I was trying to figure out a setup. Here's cognitive distortions again. Journaling. Nice. Okay, so here we are in July. I did July in this. I was trying to figure out the size, right? So I started it here. I was doing some dailies, my weeklies. Then I went into what's called my heart tracker. Then I was doing my dailies. So here's when I started to do like brain dump. And then I was in a separate brain dump book this week, and I didn't put it in my actual planning because, and then I was still doing day on a page, and as you can tell, it's getting really scrunched up. And then I would do my planning, and then I think I separated half the book and I started doing my food log. Yeah. And then back here was my scriptures. So I think in August, and we'll be able to see, is when I started trying to like merge all of my scriptures and my brain dump and everything as you would see now. I loved doing this in this standard insert. And this is the Midori. If this dog don't stop barking. Insert. Nice. Notes from transition. Put dailies, weeklies, health journal, soap in one book. Before each month, a dashboard, important memories, scripture plan on vellum. On soap study, consider using a slim month in August. Notes, add thin Tiamo River insert. Keep health and faith in separate book. That was my plans, but then here came the Moleskine expanded 400 pages. And I think I put 2 months in here. Yeah, I did. So August, then I started doing my, so I did my dashboard and my important memories in the same page. Then tasks and personal goals, I was setting things up for like my kids and husband. So I found that didn't work. I just started putting it on this for the house and then this for the kids and the next preceding months. Bike tracker. I need to start doing that. Well, I'm doing my exercise tracker. Ooh, that's a good picture. I should probably take it for motivation for my current one because we don't ever want to get back to this with all those lonjitas. So I was not healthy there. I was depressed there, sad there, eating my feelings there. So here is brain dump. This is where I started putting my brain dump, my week. I was trying out the day on 2 pages with like inserts because I knew like add another paper because I was like, you know what? I'm going to probably do that in September. But let's see what we did anyhow. Moleskine paper is a little different. It's not like, again, to me it feels like Houston. It's hot and humid. I'm just kidding. It's like humid, wet paper. But I love the Moleskine. Pop quiz. Why do I love the Moleskine paper? Let's see if I have a devoted fan. I say it a lot. Fine, I'll tell you the answer. It's for the distinctiveness, the grid. It's so nice because a person like myself who's left-handed, I love to be able to write on the lines and like not feel like I'm going. So this month I am in a Moleskine, but I'm going to do a separate video on that again. I just wanted to do 2020 flip. I'm at 18 minutes. I still have like 3 more books to flip through. Some have asked, how do you stay the course with this? Like, how do you find it into using the books and filling them up so fast? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah, look. That's hanging on by a thread. The answer is changing up my paper and sizes and just the challenge of like writing. I love to write. Writing with different pens and paper and, you know, just it excites me and makes me feel I have a secret place for myself. Like, what is that movie? The Traveling Pants, you know, that one movie? It's like the traveling journal. Like, I don't know. It goes, although I don't take it with me everywhere, it's still I'm in my house most of the time, so it's still is with me a lot of the times, if that makes sense. I'll put that right there. I'm actually going to take that down because I need to be able to see September. It's tab. But yeah, that's kind of how I do stuff. I like, well, when you have a system, it's really easy to, and a system that works, it's really easy to, for it to flow. Don't use a system and like jam it in your face, like make it work. If it don't work, if you know you don't need all these sections, don't try to do it because you see it and you like, and it looks nice for me. Like, I need these sections. They work. I made these sections deliberately to work for my mental and my physical and my planning and my home life. Like, I was trying to find a theme of what I track, what I write the most, and this is it. This is it. My scripture, my daily month, my brain dump. My brain dump is a place to just hold everything and migrate it if I don't get it done. Like it's just a place where I won't fit in my days, because my days are filled with like a schedule to do, you know, just memories, dinners, movies, like, and then it's a place for me to put pictures and memory keep. And if I don't have enough space, I can totally do that in my brain dump for other stuff that I want to track, if that makes sense, or write about. I love the way the blue ink looks on the Moleskine. I should be taking notes on what I want to do. I'll watch my own video later. Mental note, Monique, blue ink this month. As you can see, I write with several different like pens on purpose because I like the way it looks. Totally like the way it looks. Looks like in here, I didn't do a commonplace book. I just did strictly August and September. Yeah. Because it's about to end. Ooh, so pretty. What is that? Homeschool. So my next book I want to say is Nanami. So this 400 pages are my life, and I'm thankful that I have a desire to document our lives. My babies are precious. You mean everything to me. Hubs, you are my rock. That's if they ever read it, I guess. Oh, that's a sweet mama. So here we are in October. Yes, it's officially autumn season. Y'all, I live for October, okay? I am a fall gal, my friends. And I mean, we're in the middle of what? No, we're about to be in April, and I'm dreading. Go away, don't come back. I like want it to be September right now. But I'm trying to take the time to just, you know, bask in the present moment of being where you are, Monique. But man, it sure is hot and as heck in these months to come. Summer is just, my gosh, brutal in Houston. How about in Texas? Look at, look how pretty. I was going to say, look how that feels. You guys can't feel it. Looks like I was using some real cheap glue because it wasn't gluing down. So as you could see, this is regular printer paper on top of the Nanami. So I still went the lazy route. Is this all of October? Yes, it is. So that means I have commonplace in here. So I did not have my food log in here. I did not have my devotion notes. I did not have my scripture writing. I have my scripture soap study, but I don't have, so wait, I'm lying. Yeah, so I have my devotion notes. These are devotion notes. These are scripture soap studies. So my soap studies used to be bigger. So they, instead of like the little cross that I do now, they used to be on 2 pages like this. So where the cross was bigger. I had way more pages. I may consider going back to that in May. Yeah. Oh, look at us. We went to go do our anniversary pictures in this really nice park. And this is our anniversary. Look at my Bubba. Love him. Oh, I love him so much. How to manage your anxiety. So, okay, so this is going into journaling. So this is some heavy journaling. You do not need to be reading. Let's go faster. Okay, and then here are my journaling prompts. More journaling that I probably don't want you reading. Okay, so let's see what this is. And I'm on the other side, so I can't really see. There's more journaling. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here is my commonplace. All or nothing thinking, bullet journal hacks, create your own headliners. God is still performing miracles. Jesus. A5 Slim, main home desk planner. B6 Slim, couch companion, health, real estate, pretty day on 2 pages, bullet journaling. Pocket TN, grocery list, journaling on the go, sequence pocket. Looks like I was just doing the most. So I have my health plan in the back. I mean, my food log. I like to see how things morphed. It totally morphed into other things. Build your house. Looks like podcast notes. Let's see. Items to track. These look like lists that encourage me. Stop thinking things personal. What to do with your Nanami. Vegan pumpkin mud cake. Oh. I need to go through this book when October comes. Recipe for pumpkin seeds, hormones, vegan solutions, vegan bloat, 15 foods that cause bloating. Lifelong marriage notes. Dealing with guilty feelings, YouTube. Curb the sugar cravings. Looks like I was still trying to do that. Stuff for fall, have fun. Lentil chili. So these are like recipes. Oh, that's pretty cool. What I do, try to draw. Oh, this is when I was pasting them in and doing studies by them. Somebody gave me that book. Ideas for bowls. This looks like when my husband wanted to go plant-based. Then I did some dailies. That looks like I was doing homeschool in the back too. What habits do you want to break? What keeps you motivated? What are God's characteristics? Love, peace, kindness, patience, strength, faithfulness, trustworthy, self-control, immovable, generous, doesn't punish you, offers grace. How do you know God will never leave you? His word says so. He tells me his spirit runs in me. I am his creation. A creator doesn't leave his art. Ooh, look at that. Affirmations for marriage. Look at us. I usually try to keep my marriage in there. How to manage anxiety, slash carbs on a plant base, win and influence people. What triggered me? Faith routine, soap study, prayers, confession, scripture plan, topical studies, sermon notes, podcast notes, book notes, verse mapping, inductive study, devotion notes. All of this stuff is my faith routine, and you always see it kind of, yes, look at that. Maybe it'll catch it and that'll be my thumbnail, because I don't upload my own thumbnails. But what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, my faith routine. You'll see it all on a variety of different companions. Like I'll section them out. As you can see, that's like 14 sections. Sources of protein, plant-based. Here you go, people. So when people tell you you can't get your protein other than through meat, lies. You can get it through lentils, chickpeas, red kidney beans, rolled oats, quinoa, edamame, brown rice, tempeh, black beans, tofu, peas. Don't trip. Fall bucket list. Latina queen, my sweet baby girl. Cognitive distortions. There we go again. Commonplace ideas. Journaling, sermon notes, deep Bible study, notes from books read, project ideas. So that's like a bunch of stuff. I was doing a spending tracker. What worked? The paper, commonplace in it, my planning, journaling prompts, health log, devotion notes. What didn't? The faint lines. So believe it or not, I think this is a lined Nanami. It is. Totally can't see any of it. But not so many pages, book too big maybe, spending tracker. Ooh, love. So this was 7 C's, 7 C's writer, cream paper, 7mm rule, A5 that I cut down. And it looks like that's what I'm going to go into in May. So this is A5 Stalogy, and it is November. So this one's a big mamma jamma. This one was bigger. And you know what? I did enjoy the space in an A5 Stalogy. So I think I will do one again this year for sure. I enjoyed the space. It was just so, like if you can't tell, the Nanami paper is beautiful. Where's my soap study? Let's do one. But look at that. That's beautiful, right? The sound and the crinkling. But you can get some crinkling too with Stalogy. So that's why I always have like a, how do you say, a tug of war in my heart, because they're just both so beautiful. Okay, that's a beautiful pic. That's a beautiful, sorry, I'm over here reading. That's a beautiful page. I always get really creative and really nice in the beginning of my pages, and then I will start to just be like, whatever. So this is when I'm doing devotion notes, and then I'm doing my scripture study, same way. Brain dump. Weekly. Dailies. So I don't have my food log in here. Oh, what's this? Perspective. Oh, it's when my husband texted me that. In 4 years, Isaac will be 17. I will have my MSW. Sophia will be 8. Oh. Our marriage will be 13. I will be a retired major. A lot of things will happen, and Biden will be president. Yes! Look at you, boo. Oh. The same day, I forget what happened here, but it was like the election time frame, and then Junior, my older boy, his granddad, passed of COVID. Yes! Biden won. I'm really loving flipping through this A5 now. Great. I hope I don't get the wanting to. What is this? I must have did it in a bold pen. I might want to go into the A5 and just switch it all up for April. No, I'm kidding. I won't. I know I will. Maybe July. Offer accepted. We go selling our other house. This is so nice to look through. I haven't flipped through this one, November, at all, myself. My sweet boy. I get so much nostalgia just looking in here myself. Are you guys bored yet? If you guys are hanging on this long, you guys are the MVPs. Like, for real, because this is a long video. I want to say this is the longest I've ever had. But I told myself I would flip through all of these books. And I had the time. I told my husband, I'm going up in my craft room, boo, to film. And he's like, knock yourself out, honey. I was like, yes. So I was like, Monique, if you have the time, you better get your booty up there and do it, girl. So if I could give you a piece of advice, you know, on filling up books, write everything down. I mean, everything that comes into your head, like everything. Oops, I don't care if it's, I'm getting weary, so I'm going to go this way a little. I don't care if it's like, I mean, I don't care. Wrap presents, put up bananas and make dinner. Oh, banner. I said bananas. You know, I mean, make lentils. Like, we did our own little family photo shoot. Like, just write everything down, friends. So that's the last of the planner. And then now this is commonplace. So it looks like I put my food log and my commonplace. This is when I was doing those one. I did it for a few days and I didn't like it. Hourglass planners, food tracker thingy. Journaling, yay. Oh, my bubba. Did a lot of journaling. And then here, okay, this is my commonplace, yeah. Deep bloating, blindsided by defense, get through the moment. I got that troll song in my head. I'm coming out. I mean, I know it's not from, you know, I know that it's from a different artist, but it's from the Troll movie, and Sophia just loves Trolls soundtrack. Oh, looks like I printed in, put in some In Touch devotional. That's good, Monique. Way to go. But anyway, I have that in my head. This book got pretty. Oh, look at that. I wonder what you were doing that for. Oh, my sweet bubba. What worked? Loved the cover. Limited smearing. Stalogy is so stable, and I love writing in it. Maybe cut down A5 Slim in January. Love dashboards on food, commonplace, and journal. What didn't? A5 too big. A5 Slim is perfect for me. Dying down. What? Dying down on logging food daily. Oh, didn't want to use commonplace as much as usual. I see, girl. Resolving conflict together. Look at that. All right. Here we go. The last of the Mohicans. Oh, come on. If that doesn't make you miss Christmas, I don't know what does. Crumma. I love Christmas. This is my favorite picture of myself. My husband took it. And he's very artistic. He's like, babe, look to the side. I'm like, really? I'm not very, I'm not very photogenic. And then he took it and I was like, babe, that's going to look funny. And then when he took it, I just like fell in love with it. I was like, oh, babe, that's a beautiful picture. Something about this right here is like, yes. Looks like I enlarged this because it looks really big. My son loves anime. Looks like he did some. He made the basketball team. Guess that was the day he told us. He loves anime. I swear, I think he can speak a different language. I'm like, son, he's so cute. Oh, this is when I was putting Nanami paper in with my Moleskine paper for, what's it called? Soap study. So I'm at 40 minutes. I have no idea how long this is gonna roll for, so I'm gonna go like completely fast now. Ah, my babies when they got married. Christmas. Where are you, Christmas? I don't know the rest of the song. I miss you, Christmas time. I really miss Christmas, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. October, November, December. That's my favorite. Like, I operate in my most best self during those times. That's it, my people. That's it. That's it. What you say? What you say? All done in my books. Look at that. Look at God. God bless y'all.